The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
What's happening, Wrecking Ballers? How you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me? I guess it really doesn't matter because I can hear me. And most of the time, I'm the one that wants to listen to me talk anyway. Perfect. Perfect. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. This is what we're going to do on these things. We're going to be doing these webinars daily over the course of the week here. And then next week we'll start doing Q&A webinars on a regular schedule for the new version 6 as well. So we're not going to be taking any Q&A today because what we're looking to accomplish here is to get these recorded webinars up while we're shooting the feature-specific training videos. So today what we're going to cover is installation and some of the admin features of the new version 6. So we'll get this thing going. We'll give it just a couple of minutes here, make sure everybody can get here, and then we'll be posting these recordings on the download page or on a page next to the download page until we get the final training videos up. We know over in the old website on the WreckingBallSMS.com, the version 5 training videos are down right now. We are aware of that. That is because we are transitioning over to this new mobile.com site, and you know, once we have this move completed, which should be within the next week and a half, you can see on the screen we've got 9 days and 10 hours as our countdown timer going, and then we'll have all of the new videos up over there as well. So that's the plan for the week. Feel free to attend the ones that you want to attend. We will post the call schedule along with the topics that are going to be covered on each call over in the members area either today or tomorrow. We'll be emailing out the webinar links every day as well, so you can follow along and choose to sit in on the topics that you want. Today is going to be an important one because we are going to cover the admin area, which is brand new. Most of you that are on version 5, the transition into version 6 should be fairly painless for you. Version 6 is substantially more intuitive than version 5 was, so that's not going to be difficult. However, version 5 did not have an admin area, and version 6 does because of the way we created it for you. So today's call is probably going to be the most important one, and so, you know, sit back and take some notes. Like I said, we'll get the replay up, and you'll be able to go back through that replay and pause or whatever the case may be so you can get this thing dialed in while we're producing the individual feature-specific training videos that are coming. So, with that said, I'm going to pass the screen over to Eric, and Eric is going to walk us through an installation. We know for some of you this is going to be boring, but we'll get through it here pretty quick. And for those of you that don't know how to install the system, this will help you out quite a bit. There's a couple of questions about if we're hosting your Wrecking Ball platform. Yes, we will do the update for you. However, that's not going to happen until we come out of beta. So we won't be updating any of your version 5s if you're on our hosting until we come out of beta. We expect that to be probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. So that's the deal with that. So if you're hosting version 5 on our server, that's not going to update. However, you're welcome to download the version 6 beta files and install them yourself on your own hosting or what have you, so you can start playing with it. So with that said, Eric, take it away, and I'm going to sit back and kind of monitor the question box here, and then once we have the install done, we'll pass this over to Ed, and he can walk us through the admin area.
Sounds good. How you guys doing? Can you hear me okay? I know Dave did his sound check. Make sure I'm okay. I just did want to touch up a little bit on what Dave said. If you guys are hosting a current V5 on our server, like Dave said, you're welcome to download and install it on your own server, but as far as the hosting that you're already using with us, it's really only set up for the one install. So you'd be better waiting to upgrade the one that you already have on our server, but if, like you said, if you want to download it, install on your own server, then you're perfectly welcome to do that. So, and we'll go over that right now. This is what a normal cPanel looks like. GoDaddy is significantly different, but for now we're just going to go with this because this is a standard cPanel setup. When you log in, you have these windows over here that can move, so they might be in a different order. But the first thing you need to do before you even upload the files to your server, you want to create a MySQL database. So there's this icon here underneath databases. Just going to click on that. And right here in the first line, it's create new database. And usually you can make it random so that you know, it's a little bit more secure. For now, I'm just going to make it pretty generic. And when you click create database, you can see the your actual cPanel username is prepended to the database that you just created, the name that you just entered. So you actually want this whole thing. And I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to pause my screen really quick because I have a notepad open, and I have my Twilio SID, my Twilio auth token on my notepad, and I'm copying and pasting that as well. If you guys don't know, most of you I'm sure by now already do, but if you don't, we do have this knowledge base article, which I'm going to try and get into the chat window for you guys. So if you need help finding your Twilio SID and auth token, you can find it right there. So we've created a database. Just click back. And after you create the database, you have to create a database user. So we're going to scroll down to where it says add new user. And just like before, you can do it different or you can do it the same. And this one I have to keep a little bit shorter. You can see, obviously, it'll tell you if you've gone over or you don't have enough characters. You just have to follow their naming rules here. And we'll pick a password. And I am going to pause my screen one more time because after I create user, it will show the password to you, which we're going to try and copy over as well. Okay. And then the only other thing I did on that screen when I was paused was after I copy and pasted the info to the notepad, was a go back button, which brought me right back here again. And then there's one more step before we continue, is to add the user to the database. So we made first the database, which is actually in this dropdown. We made this database, and we made this user. So we want to pair them together. Click Add, and All Privileges. And then click Make Changes. Okay, so you do want to make sure that you have your user in your database, you have your password, and also at this point you should have a Twilio SID, an auth token, and a phone number that you want to use to start. And if you already have a version 5 or you have, you know, SM Schema or Magic Box or any of those SMS applications, you want to make sure that you're using a different phone number for this installation, or else it'll, you know, it's going to make whatever you're using that phone number with currently, it's going to make it not work for that system anymore. So it needs to be its own separate phone number. So we have a database, and we can go straight to File Manager. And this is the domain we're going to use, so we can click Go. Some of you might be more familiar with doing this through FTP, and if you are, then you probably don't need to see a video on it. But for me, this has always worked fine, and it's, to me, for beginners, a lot easier to explain. So this is what the file manager looks like when we first come into it, and we want to upload the download files, which is available in the members area, the new members area. And I put it on my desktop, I believe. Version 6 zip file. And can you guys see down here this far? You can see it's starting to upload.
Yep, we can. So what's going to happen now here, guys, is on the root domain, you're going to have, in this case, it would be wreckingballmobile.com would show our website. So now Eric's uploading the zip file, which is titled version 6, which means to get to our version 6, we will go to wreckingballmobile.com/version 6. Okay?
Not quite. I'll get to that part though.
Oh, all right.
All right, but you can see it finished uploading, and I click back. And the only reason, you'll see why I say that, Dave, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I do have to close this question box to get more room over here, but you can see that it did upload when I click back, and I can click on it. Now this is a newer file manager, from what I understand. Newer is, relative, but if you have older cPanels, you might not be able to do the extract, and then in which case you would have to do this over FTP. But hopefully, whatever hosting you guys are using now does have this extract option. But
I think in the older version, Eric, you can right-click the file. It'll say extract.
there you go. That's what Ed's always there to lay down those answers. Thank you, Ed. Yep. So for the most part, everybody should be able to do this from within a cPanel and not need a FTP, even though it is faster to do that way, guys, if you have that option. Anyway, so we've uploaded it, clicked it once, and click extract, and then this is where Dave is talking about. If I were to click extract now, anything that's on my main domain, meaning wreckingballmobile.com, would be overwritten because that's where it's going to extract all the files to. So since I don't want that, I'm going to make it at /version 6. It actually, there's no nested folder inside of here, so when you click extract, it's going to dump the files where you tell it to. So if you don't want it on your main domain, just put a / and title it whatever you want to go to, and we'll show you that part in a second too. Just click extract. Looks good. Okay. And now at this point, sometimes you have to go up one level and then back into it to see that it took effect. And then it's public HTML. Okay, and there's our version 6. And this looks good. So now the only thing we have to do now is go through the actual process, which is actually the easiest part. So you're actually going to go to your domain, in this case wreckingballmobile.com, wherever you installed it to. If you just extracted it, like we said, to the main domain, to where it's at the root, then you would just go /install. But since we put this version 6, you do version 6 /install, like that. Does that make sense? And then you just click enter, or hit enter. There's the terms that come up as soon as you get to this page. This is, the beginning of the walkthrough. Please read and accept. Okay, and then this is where you wanted to copy and paste your database information that we just created. So we actually did, this top one is going to be localhost 99% of the time. I don't know what hosting does, but I know there's like one host I've ever seen not have localhost here. And is that Ed?
It's GoDaddy usually has like an IP address or something in there.
Okay, so GoDaddy has a similar database creation process. It's a little bit different. Obviously, the layout's different. If you can get through that part, I think you're right, Ed. I think it'll tell you, wherever you see the information about the database, it'll tell you the host name that you can put in here. But if you're going through the same process like we did in the cPanel, it's going to be localhost right here. And I'm going to pause really quick so I can grab the rest of the info. Let's see. And I'm just copying and pasting over from the text file I just had.
And then, Eric, we don't care if they see this database information, so unpause before you hit the check connection, because we'll tear this one down. Just
Sure.
Just hide the SID when you get to it.
Right. That's the only reason I'm hiding it. And to be 100% honest with you, Dave, I think we need to take this out because I've never used it. You never have to be honest. And from what I've heard, people have used it, and it says it doesn't connect, and as soon as you click next, it'll go. If it can't connect, you'll still get an error message even if you click next. So just enter your database info, just like we had, and click Next. And if you get to this next screen, that means you're on the right track. So we're going to enter, let's see.
Don't listen to him, Dave. I like that chicken.
Okay. Phil wants to keep it, so we will. But either way, you don't have to check it if you know the information is correct. It'll just go forward. Obviously, you guys make sure that this is your Wrecking Ball SMS, the licensed email, and we'll go through where you need to enter where your new installation is as well. But for now, you can just enter your information, click Next. Okay, this is our account SID information that we talked about a little bit earlier. If you guys got there is a link in the chat if you don't know where to find this. You will need to choose a default keyword, which I usually just do deal or offer, something generic, and then also the phone number, which I'm going to show you that first actually, so you can see how that should look. So this is how you enter the phone number during this part. You want to make sure there's no white space ahead of it, none behind it, and it's just the 10 digits. No plus ones, parentheses, no spaces. And as long as you have it entered like that, you just need the SID and the auth token. And I'm just clicking Next now so that info can be pushed off. So this is the very next screen after you enter your SID, your auth token, your phone number, and your default keyword. And I'm just going to skip this for now. If you want to upload your logo and add a title to go up in this tab, you can, and a footer text if you like, and PayPal email if you like. We can also skip. Okay, once you get to this part, the last step is only to go back to your file manager and find your install folder. You can see we're inside our version 6 where we installed it. You need to find the install folder, and some people like to just rename it. I just prefer to delete it and get it off. It's a security issue. If somebody were to run your install script again on top of your domain, they can pretty much wipe out your system. So we like to require you to delete that before returning here. Click to log in. And if you see this, that means you're completely installed. However, you do need to let us know where you have installed this in order to get in. And to do that, go to our new membership area. And I'll grab that link to put in the chat box as well. And okay. So you have to be logged in when you get here, and if you're not, it'll tell you please log in. And you're going to want to go to, there's only this one thing in the members area right now. Obviously, we're going to be building this out. I hope you guys like the new design. It's a little bit nicer. You're going to go to Domains, and then click here. And I want to log in with a different, sorry guys. Right now I'm logged in as the admin, but I should show you from the user that I installed the system for. And like I said before, you guys, this is the same username and email, or username and password that you had for the old membership site. It's just in a new location. All right. So once we're logged in, we can come to Domains again. And if you're logged in with somebody who is supposed to have access, you should see on this page that you should already have your, version 5 wherever you have it installed should be showing. And you don't want to overwrite, obviously, where your version 5 is because that'll take away access there. But you do have these extra slots, and we're going to grab the link. And I'm just going to overwrite this one. You want to make sure that it does have the trailing slash, but not anything before. So this is what it should look like. And it does say that up here in case you need some reference. If you installed it only on the root, there wouldn't be a directory here. It would just be just like this. But since ours is on a /version 6, it should be just like this. And you click submit. And now the domain is licensed. And it'll take you back to the members area here. Okay, we can return to our login screen. And we're good to go. Brand new, beautiful, nice looking version 6 welcome screen here. And that's the installation. I don't know, I wasn't following questions along, Dave. Was I moving too quick, or how'd we do?
No, I think you're okay. There's a couple of questions. Tom brought it up, and I told him privately, I think that it's been fixed, but will the database field, Ed, now take non-alphanumeric characters, or does the database password still need to be alphanumeric only?
I think it could be anything you want it to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
as long as there
fixed
isn't no fancy characters in there.
Well, I think
exclamation, not an exclamation point, but like apostrophes and stuff like that can usually affect the script.
Okay, so Tom, you're correct. When you're creating the database, don't use any apostrophes or exclamation points for the password on the database. Okay. Yeah, no dollar sign.
Dollar sign. Yeah.
Exactly. Let's see. And a lot of you guys too, if you're confused about installation and any of this looks problematic for you, as soon as we come out of beta and if you're looking to host this on your own hosting, we will be able to provide you installation service as well. We're not going to be doing that while we're in beta, and if you're hosting on our server, the update will be automatic for you, so you just don't need to worry about it. So don't get too worked up about this. If you've installed the version 5, installing the version 6 is no different. And if you have trouble with those types of things, just hang out for another week or so, and we'll be able to help you out. So let's see. Catherine, either the phone number you tried to put in Catherine's getting an error message that says phone number you provided does not exist in Twilio. Either that phone number is actually on a sub-account and not on your master account, or you entered it with the wrong format. You put a 1 in front of it or a +1 in front of it, and it should just be the 10 digits. Most likely, the phone number you're trying to link to is not tied to your master, and no, there should be no spaces in there either. So,
no parentheses.
Yeah, no parentheses, no dashes. So if you just picked up a new number, you just put the 10 digits in. No spaces, no 1, no brackets, no parentheses, no dashes. So that's, I'm sure, your problem. All right. We want to pass this to Ed and let you take care of walking them through the admin.